This is Mel Allen Jr. I'm so glad to have you here on this day. It's going to be a wonderful show that we're going to be doing here on this wonderful Friday. I'm just kidding, guys. But today, I am doing a Major League Baseball special. We're just about a month into the season, and we've already seen a lot of action and a lot of fireworks. But I want to look back at this week, and I want to give you a special look ahead at some games on Friday. And please enjoy the show, and we will start the show right after this. Well, everybody, this is the only way you can start a baseball special. And I found the right way to do it. Mel Allen, this is for you. I'm so glad to have you here with us. We're going to go right into the show. First of all, before we review, let's get ready for 3 games on this Friday and 3 special games of interest. We have one game at 2:20 today on the MLB Network. The Pittsburgh Pirates face the Chicago Cubs today. Both teams are one game below 500. So what is going to happen today at Wrigley Field? We'll have to wait and see on that. But for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jose Quintana will get the start today. He's 0-1 with a 3.86 ERA. He had a struggle on his first start. I can understand that. It's early April. But the Chicago Cubs today are sending Drew Smyly to the mound. He already has a 1-0 record with an ERA of 0. Where can you go wrong with that? But offensively, the Chicago Cubs have one guy. The biggest acquisition during the offseason, right fielder Seiya Suzuki. This guy's already got 4 home runs, and he's already hitting .343 with 12 RBIs, and he has a slugging percentage of .743. Wow. The Cubs may have found something. Could they be contenders in the usually red-hot National League Central? We'll have to wait and see on that. But as far as the Pirates go, there's 2 offensive guys that I've got on the watch list today. Daniel Vogelbach. He has 3 home runs already this season. The guy's hitting .316. But Key Brian Hayes, he's hitting .333 right now, and he's got a slugging percentage of .422. 2 o'clock today on the MLB Network, or all over the networks, all over the Chicago and Pittsburgh areas. Enjoy the game, guys, because it's going to be fun. I guarantee it. Okay. Another special interest game that I have on my watch list for tonight. And we'll be seeing these 2 teams on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Keep that in mind. The Milwaukee Brewers versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Yes, Andrew McCutchen's facing his old club. For the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brewers are sending Freddie Peralta to the mound. He has an 0-1 record with an ERA of 11. Oh boy. And the Phillies tonight are sending Ranger Suarez to the mound. He has a 1-0 record with a 5.87 ERA. Oh boy. Offensively, this is going to be an offensive battle tonight. And of course, the Brewers got two guys. Roddy Tellez, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs already this season. He's hitting 270. Andrew McCutchen, remember that name, Philly fans? He got traded away. He went to the Brewers. He's hitting 250 right now, and he has a slugging percentage of 318. Look out for that tonight. Excuse me. Offensively for the Phillies, I got two guys on my watch list. Kyle Schwarber. He has 4 home runs despite the fact he's only hitting 170 right now. He can get that batting average up big time tonight. And Nick Castellanos, he's hitting 306 right now with a slugging percentage of 571. You got two guys here who can really do some damage for the Phillies tonight. And Tellez and McCutchen for the Brewers, this game's going to be fun tonight. I've got a feeling. So let's enjoy that game tonight. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be well worth the talking about. And oh yes, I almost forgot. The Los Angeles Dodgers face the San Diego Padres in a very important series this weekend. Tonight for the Dodgers, Julio Urias gets the start. He has an 0-1 record with a 3.86 ERA. And who will he be facing tonight? Nick Martinez, an 0-1 record with a 4.50 ERA. But let's talk about the offense for the let's talk about the offense for the Dodgers for a minute. I would normally say it's one guy, but there's a second one I got to talk about. Freddie Freeman. That's right. Came over from the Braves during the offseason in a trade. Freeman's already got 2 home runs this season. The guy's hitting 333, and he's got a slugging percentage of 521. And Trey Turner, 10 RBIs this season. He's hitting a measly 292. The Dodgers are always a serious threat, but not more than anymore now. A lot of people have accused the Dodgers of buying the World Series. You know, I'm going to address that here in a bit. A little bit. But as for the San Diego Padres offensively, you got Jurickson Profar. If I mispronounce your names, I apologize, but sometimes some of these names are not easy to pronounce. But anyway, he's got 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. He's hitting 256. Not bad. But Eric Hosmer, he's hitting 378 right now at a slugging percentage of 489. This is a big weekend series between the Dodgers and the Padres. It could be a make or break because right now, I know it's only April, but right now, the Dodgers are battling the Mets for the best record, for not just for the best record in the National League, but for the best record in baseball right now. I'm telling the truth. If you look at the teams that are in contention right now, I know it's April, and I know a lot of noise is not made, but if you look at everything that's happened so far this season, you'll see what happens down the road. But everybody realizes too, everything is at stake this season. We're gonna have some great battles down the stretch. But right now, let's focus on the now. We have a lot of great teams that are struggling. We have a lot of teams that nobody expected to be there. We have 3 great games we have 1 great game this afternoon. The Cubs face the Pirates at 2:20 on the MLB Network. And then if you're interested, you got Milwaukee and Philadelphia tonight. And you got the Dodgers facing the Padres tonight in the late night. Those are my 3 special interest games for this week. Enjoy them, and we're going to have a blast. Okay. let's move on. I want to talk about something different here. The Cleveland Guardians. Everybody expected them to tank after the name change and after all the crap that's happened. Can you believe we're talking about the Guardians? They're in first place in the American League Central. And to Cleveland Nation, that's huge. How in the world have the Guardians have done it? Well, let's see. Two guys that I have on my watch list offensively. Jose Ramirez, Mr. Cleveland himself, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. The guy's hitting 426 right now. And an OPS of 1301. But he's not the only hero in the team. Stephen Kwan, he has 7 RBIs. He's hitting a respectable 382 with an OPS of 1.069. That is how the Guardians have done it. And right now, the Guardians are hitting 272 as a team. They have a team ERA of 303. And if you look back at the series between them and the White Sox, when the Guardians swept the White Sox, they outscored the White Sox 19-5 in 3 games. That's incredible. If you look at their pitching too. Zach Plesac, 1-1 with a 1.53 ERA. Shane Bieber, 1-0 record with a 2.25 ERA. He has 16 strikeouts. He leads the team in that department. Emmanuel Clays, 2 saves already, but an ERA of 4.50. Everybody expected the Guardians to tank right when the season started. And it looked like it was looking that way against San Francisco. But all of a sudden, the Guardians come back to Cleveland. They get red hot. They're in first place by 1 game. Grant you it's 1 game, but the Guardians are in first place. Will they stay there? I doubt it. There's some doubters. Now, if anything, the Guardians were picked to finish at the bottom of the division. Right now, the Minnesota Twins are at the bottom of the division. Nobody expected them to be there. The second they got Carlos Correa, everybody was expecting the Twins to take off like there was no tomorrow. Right now, they're at the bottom of the division, while the no-name Guardians, with the exception of Jose Ramirez, they're in first place. Grant you by 1 game. However, the White Sox may have something to say about that. As soon as they get some of their guys back from the injured list, I would say look out for the White Sox because it's going to get crazy on the south side of Chicago. Now from the good to the bad. The New York Yankees. I do want to talk about the Yankees for a few reasons. Number 1, they're 1 game back in the AL East. Number 2, they've suffered 3 shutouts this season. Number 3, they've only scored 39 runs in 13 games, the fewest since 1972. And number 4, they're only hitting 176 as a team with runners in scoring position. And another thing to keep in mind, against the Detroit Tigers, yes, the Yankees took 2 out of 3 from Detroit. And against the Tigers, they were only 4 for 29 with runners in scoring position, and they left 22 runners on base in a 3-game set. How embarrassing. Personally, myself, they could play like this the rest of the season. Excuse my hatred towards the Yankees. And right now, the Yankees are only hitting 221 as a ball club. Their team ERA is good at 2.52, despite the fact that Garrett Cole had his shortest outing on Tuesday. Right now, Anthony Rizzo, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, he's hitting 233. That's pretty good. DJ LeMahieu, the guy's hitting 300 right now, and a slugging percentage of 425. But the Yankee pitching has been pretty excellent. Despite, I'm not going to mention Garrett Cole because I don't think he deserves it in this case. Luis Severino, he has a 1-0 record with a 2.05 ERA. Nestor Cortez, he has 17 strikeouts to his credit and an ERA of 0. Aroldis Chapman, 3 saves, ERA of 0. The Yankee bats are about as stone cold as New York weather in the month of April. Now, I understand how you guys feel. I should not be talking about the Yankees like this now. However, at the end of the day, when you stop and think about what in the world the Yankees could have done differently, they should have swept the Tigers. But I'm going to talk about one Tiger in particular in just a second. You know what? Actually, I'm going to talk about that now. The New York Yankees took 2 out of 3. They lost the game yesterday. But you want to talk about a horrible move on the part of Yankees manager Aaron Boone? In the bottom of the 8th, when Miguel Cabrera had a chance to get 3,000 hits at home, the Yankees intentionally walked them. And the showers of boos that came over Comerica Park in Detroit were so loud, I could hear him all the way up across Lake Erie. And I could hear the boos come all the way down to Columbus and down by Ohio State. That's how bad it was. I wanted to see Miguel Cabrera get his 3,000 hit at home. Now he has a chance to get it tonight against the Colorado Rockies. But it's a road game. They got to go to Coors Field. Cabrera, if he gets a fair shot, he'll have no problem. Knowing him, he'll probably hit a home run because Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, that Rocky Mountain air, the balls go flying out of Coors Field like you wouldn't believe. But still, what the Yankees did, I know it's usually something like that. But that was just a chicken move on the part of Aaron Boone and the Yankees organization. And it's going to come back to haunt them. Believe me. All right. Now from the good to the bad to a battle for the best record in baseball. We have 2 teams fighting it out for that top honor. The New York Mets happens to be one of those teams. The other one, the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm going to start with the Mets because I'm an East Coast guy. Right now, the Mets have a 10-4 record. The best record in Major League, one of the best records in baseball right now. They took 3 out of 4 from the San Francisco Giants. Max Scherzer had himself a performance. He had a 12 strikeout gem during that 4-game set. How impressive. Max Scherzer, he has a 3-0 record with a 2.50 ERA and 23 strikeouts this season. And I said it at the start of the season. The National League Cy Young is Scherzer's to lose, in my professional opinion. But he might have a little bit of competition. Carlos Carrasco, he has a 1-0 record with a 1.47 ERA, 20 strikeouts to his credit. And Chris Bassett, he has a 2-1 record with an ERA of 3. He has 20 strikeouts this season. You got 3 of the best starters on the Mets rotation. Scherzer, Carrasco, and Bassett. Bassett coming over from the Oakland A's was one of the best deals they could get. And Scherzer coming over from the Nationals, that may have been a big prize right there. But here's the deal that I have for the Mets, and here's my issue. My issue is they need bullpen help, and they absolutely do. I would love to see them get some guys get some bullpen help. Right now, as a team, the Mets only have a combined 2 saves this season. Now I know the Mets bats have been really good. I mean, here's a couple cases in point. Eduardo Escobar, he's hitting .318 right now with an on-base percentage of .464. Francisco Lindor, 4 home runs this season, 10 RBIs. He's hitting .308. Pete Alonso, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's hitting a little bit low, 278. The Mets are really contenders this time. They really are. The New York Mets are not a team to sleep on, people. And the truth is, everything on the line. We got a big ball game. They got a big weekend coming up against the Diamondbacks, a team they've already humiliated. They got to go on the road to do that. But the Mets are going to be a team to watch out for throughout the entire season. The question is, will they have injury issues? If they get DeGrom back, look out. But I'll say it again. Max Scherzer, the NL Cy Young Award is his to lose. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But the Mets in first place in the National League East and battling it out with the Dodgers for the best record in baseball, that's something to think about. And speaking of the Los Angeles Dodgers, they took 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves. Yes, the same Atlanta Braves team that Freddie Freeman used to play for. What has Freeman done this season for the Dodgers? 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. The man's hitting .333 with an on-base percentage of .400. Trey Turner, he's got some great support. Trey Turner, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. He's hitting a respectable .292 with a slugging percentage of .417. And, of course, you got a bunch of MVPs on that team. You got Max Muncy. You got Mookie Betts. The Dodgers are loaded. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The Dodgers are loaded offensively. But in the pitching department, they're loaded even more. Clayton Kershaw this season. He's off to a hot start. 2-0 with an ERA of 3 and 20 strikeouts. Tony Gonsolin, 1-0 with the lowest ERA ever, 0.69. And Craig Kimbrell, who came over from the White Sox, 3 saves and an ERA of 3. That is why the Dodgers are fighting it out with the Mets for the best record, not just in the National League, but in all of baseball. Folks, I grant you. However, at the end of the day, if you stop and think about it, could this be a sign of things to come? The Mets are red hot, along with the Dodgers. The Yankees are struggling offensively. The Cleveland Guardians, nobody expected them to be in first place in the American League Central. We'll see what happens this weekend. The Brewers play the Phillies on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. The Cubs and the Pirates today have a day game. And when you look at everything, I promise you, this is going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I really am. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my closing thoughts. This week in baseball has been so much fun. The Mets taking 3 out of 4 from the Giants. The Guardians humiliating the White Sox in a 3-game set, 19-5. The New York Yankees showing their true colors and taking the high road and letting Miguel Cabrera have an intentional walk when he had a chance to get 3,000 at home. Now, I know to a lot of people that say it's part of the game. But I'll say this. I do not like what the Yankees have done. The Yankees are struggling offensively. And there's no question about it. But I'll say this. This weekend, we can see Miguel Cabrera get his 3,000 hit. And if that does happen, I will give you my take on it, and I'll extend my congratulations to him, and it will be very well deserved if it happens. Tonight, if Cabrera gets his 3,000 hit, I'll go on the air. If there's a bench clearing brawl, I'll go on the air on that. You have my word. The Cubs face the Pirates today. These two teams do not like each other. And in the past, it's shown. And that's all I'm going to say here on this day. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me on this impromptu MLB Talk to the Chase show that I've done here today. please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. All you have to do is type my name, scroll down, look for this pretty face, click subscribe, and you will see all the sports shows I have done so far. I will do another MLB Talk to the Chase here next Friday. But until then, I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. Goodbye, everybody, and I thank you.